when we studied chemistry towards the end of our primary school education. I fall in love with chemistry. My name is Nowakowski. I'm lecturer in chemical engineering and applied chemistry. Here at Aston, I also involved in bioenergy research in the Energy and Bioproduct Research Institute. So one of examples which is related both to my relations with IDRIC, but even in my daily research, is targeting carbon capture. In the standard waste processes, usually we burn waste material biomass to get heat, and we generate lots of CO2. But I'm researching some alternative routes to make sure that the carbon that would be released to the atmosphere in form of carbon dioxide is captured and trapped both in the liquid form or solid form, and we can reuse that carbon both for the bioliquids or for some biochar that can be used in the agricultural settings. Actually, yes. As far as I recall, I always wanted to be a scientist, a researcher. But the breakdown point came when I was 15, and that was the chemistry. When we studied chemistry towards the end of our primary school education, I fall in love with chemistry, and after that I decided not to go to the standard A-level school, but I went to the technical college to study more chemistry, and I spent 5 years achieving both A-levels as well my first job title, which is analytical chemist. I would say it would be a mixture of both, because as we remember, regardless of region we live, I did grow up in the very similar settings like Black County here in West Midlands. It was the Silesia region back in Poland, very industrial. So when I was young, and particularly when I was attending technical school and university, we had the massive issues with the particulate matter in the air and the air quality because of burning sometimes quite low quality fuels. Later on, as a researcher, my main focus was thinking about changing technologies towards bringing more sustainable and more clean energy sources. We received a very interesting question from our young audience. Who is responsible for decarbonization? There is no simple answer to that question, but let me elaborate on different levels. From our national point of view, that lies with our government, making policies and assessing requirements for the entire nation. But then, bringing under control emissions of CO2, bringing different sustainable technologies lies with manufacturers, producers, retailers. But also we are responsible for decarbonization with the very simple things what we can do in our daily life. For example, we should avoid losses in heating, as well as with other small practices like recycling the correct waste that can be reused, not only go to the landfill or through the simple combustion processes that will emit carbon dioxide. So the main point will be, in terms of carrying on with research, is be focused, target the topic, but also it's quite important not only to do this yourself, but work together with others. So the communication skills are quite important, working as a team. That's what I learned over the very recent engagement with IDRIC.